I never thought a single text message could end a relationship, but that night proved me wrong. I'm Callum, 42, born in Manchester but living in Ohio for the past decade. I've always believed relationships fall apart slowly through arguments, betrayal, screaming matches. Not like this. Not with 8 careless words that landed on my phone like a slap. It was a Tuesday night, quiet, ordinary. I was reheating leftovers after work, expecting her to come home late again. Then my phone buzzed. Her name, Marissa. I opened it without fear, without suspicion. The message read, "I'm at my ex's, deal with it." No explanation, no apology, just a command. For a few seconds, I honestly thought it was a joke. Some twisted attempt at humor that missed the mark. I read it again, slower. Same words, same punctuation. My chest tightened, but my mind stayed oddly calm. Not numb, clear. I didn't reply right away. I stood there in the kitchen, microwave humming, thinking about the last 3 years. When I met Marissa, she was vibrant, sharp, always talking about boundaries and respect. She told me her past relationships were messy, that she wanted stability. I offered that. I wasn't flashy, but I was consistent. I paid my share, showed up on time, listened when she talked. I thought that mattered. Somewhere along the way, though, consistency turned into convenience. She started pulling away in subtle ways. Late nights, unexplained moods, little digs disguised as jokes. I ignored them because I didn't want to be insecure. I didn't want to be that guy. I told myself trust meant not asking questions. That night, her text stripped away all those excuses. It wasn't just that she was with her ex. It was the way she told me. Deal with it. Like my feelings were an inconvenience. Like I was expected to swallow humiliation quietly. I sat down at the table and let the microwave beep unanswered. I thought about calling her, but what would I say? What could I say that wouldn't sound like begging? I imagined her rolling her eyes, telling me I was overreacting. I'd seen that look before. That's when I understood something important. Respect isn't about where you are. It's about how you speak to the person who trusts you. And in that moment, she spoke to me like I didn't matter. I picked up my phone again, my hand steady. I typed my reply once, erased it, then typed it again carefully. Then deal with losing me. I didn't add emojis. I didn't threaten. I didn't explain. I hit send and placed the phone face down on the table. I didn't feel powerful. I didn't feel proud. I felt resolved, like a door had closed quietly behind me. 10 minutes passed. Then 20. No response. I finished my food, packed a bag, and went for a drive. Not to chase her. Not to cool off. Just to breathe. The streets were nearly empty, streetlights blurring past as I replayed the relationship in my head, noticing all the moments I'd minimized my own discomfort to keep the peace. I realized how often I'd accepted crumbs just to avoid being alone. That night, alone felt lighter than disrespect. Around midnight, my phone started lighting up. Missed calls, messages. The tone had shifted completely. Confusion, anger, accusations. She said I was dramatic, that she was just talking, that I'd misunderstood. Funny how deal with it suddenly needed clarification. I didn't respond. I drove until the tension in my shoulders eased. When I finally went home, her things were still there, scattered like nothing had changed. But everything had. The next morning, I sent one final message. Calm, direct. I told her I wouldn't compete with her past, and I wouldn't tolerate being spoken to like I was disposable. I said she was free to go wherever she wanted, but I was done being an option. She replied with paragraphs, explanations, blame, tears typed through a screen. I read them once and put the phone down. There was nothing left to discuss. Over the next few days, I noticed something unexpected. I slept better. I wasn't checking my phone every hour. The constant anxiety I'd mistaken for love was gone. Friends asked what happened, and I didn't give details. I just said it ended the moment respect did. Some people think walking away like that is cold. That real love means fighting, negotiating, enduring. I used to think that too. But I learned the hard way that you can't negotiate dignity. You can't argue someone into valuing you. If they wanted to, they already would. Weeks later, she tried again. Apologies this time. Promises. She said she'd panicked, that she didn't mean it, that she was afraid of commitment. Maybe all of that was true. It didn't matter. The moment she told me to deal with my own disrespect, she showed me how she saw me. And I believed her. I didn't respond. I blocked her number and went on with my life. I started focusing on work, on the gym, on friendships I'd neglected. I wasn't bitter. I wasn't angry. I was simply done. Sometimes the strongest response isn't shouting or revenge. It's silence backed by action. That night taught me that love without respect isn't love at all. It's a negotiation where you're always losing. And I finally chose not to play. Looking back now, I don't regret the relationship. It taught me exactly what I will never accept again. I learned that boundaries aren't ultimatums, they're standards. When someone crosses them casually, it's not an accident. It's a test. And that night, I passed my own. I didn't keep her by shrinking myself. I kept my self-respect by letting go. That difference changed everything for me. Walking away wasn't losing her. It was choosing myself. Finally understanding that peace begins the moment you stop explaining why you deserve basic respect and self-worth.